Oh, you've already got your project out and everything.
I already got my project out and everything.
Let's show them. Yarn long.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ta-da. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
The Adventures of Liz and Rebecca. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Well,
or Monday. Yeah. Okay, I have to start standing up because I just put this on. This is, and when I tug at it, it's gonna leave. Okay. I blocked this weekend for those of you who are watching and keeping track.
It looks awesome.
And
lays better in the back.
Let me get my phone out of my butt. Okay. I think the stitches in the tummy area kind of evened out. You know, my cat did his job of trying to iron it with his belly while it was drying. He kept sitting on it. If you get our newsletter, you got to see a picture of that. Oh, by the way, I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in kind of overcast and not chilly, but not warm, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the minion there. It's going to be in the 70s.
Okay. It's not yet.
No, it's in the 60s.
Yeah, I got 59 degrees. That's close enough. So, yeah. Let me put this on the floor. Okay. So, yeah, I blocked this. It feels wonderful. I even like the baubles. I don't know why I pulled this necklace up because I kind of want to see the collar, let you all see the collar and everything. And like I mentioned on Thursday/Friday, because it was Friday, I feel like there's times that like the night shows back in olden days, like Stephen Colbert, they would film Friday's episode on Thursday and then just air it. We did the opposite. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thursdays happen on Friday and you saw it on Friday. But no, I'm really, really happy with where everything's laying in this, that it actually almost de-accentuates the girls until I turn to the side and then everything's accentuated. But, you know, it was fascinating because I did my normal soak and spin out in the washer and lay it out to dry. And so this is a lesson for me in fiber content, because merino wool, that kind of thing, by the next morning it's dry. Even double layered like this, like the sweater, might have to flip it over. But usually, especially when you spin as much moisture out in the washing machine as you can, then it's 24 hours tops, it will be dry. Now, this could have been affected by my cat sitting on it, but it was the next day. The next day, the second layer was still damp. I had to flip it over and repin it to have a chance to have it dry by today. Like I blocked it on Saturday, and I think it might have been done drying yesterday or something. I think I did it Saturday.
So, yeah. Some of that will be due to the fiber. Cotton. Some of it's due to the humidity in your house.
Yeah.
Some of it, like,
but same conditions, yeah. You know, like
for your
wool
house,
under the same conditions, yeah. In my house will dry faster.
Yeah.
Some of it can be the side of the blocking pads. Like we've got the ones with the fuzzies and the foam. And if I'd used the purely foam side, it might have dried faster. The slightly fuzzy side might take a little longer. I'm attributing most of this to the cotton just kept the moisture in it more than the wool did.
Cotton absorbs like 3 to 5 times its weight in water. So like
it's one of the
linen absorbs more.
Mm-hmm. But it's one of the reasons why you make linen or cotton washcloths. The other is you don't want your house to smell like a wet sheep, you know, when you're using with the wool. But no, I'm very, very happy with this though. Sometimes with cotton, you're not sure how much blocking is going to affect it. This has that little bit of cashmere in it, and cotton can still take a shape. It's when you're talking about the crash course in fibers right now, right? And we don't know everything about fiber, but we've learned a lot. Acrylic, the higher the acrylic content, the less likely it's going to change and shift when you block it. Because acrylic's just like,
It's malleable plastic.
So, and they're doing wonderful things with malleable plastic nowadays. it can feel very soft and be very wonderful and cost effective for a baby blanket. But yeah, it may not block very well. So, Anyway, I am super excited about this shirt, about this top.
I like it.
Excuse me, yarn lung. Yay. I would like to make kits for it, which, will make Liz so happy. But it actually is more work on my end because I'll have to figure out if we want to do brackets for kits. Like this one, 4 skeins of yarn. I have quite a bit of the green left. I had to go into the green down here for my second skein. The other colors, I ran just shy of the teal being able to make it all the way through my size of the pattern. So I have to look at the yardages and give it my best estimate of how much you will need based on what size you want to make. And trying to list like every single size is a little bit crazy, both for me and for you, trying to overcomplicate the issue. But if you would like to, this would be a wonderful pattern to make in a different fiber too, but we tend to list the kits in what we've made so that you can kind of look and see what you're going to get. And if you want to make this out of a different fiber, just let us know. We'll pull something awesome together for you.
And so also, based on that yarn, how much it took for your size. So,
and I always say everybody knits differently.
But it's a closer.
Yeah.
But
if you're on gauge,
the pattern says it could be right around this much. It could be a bigger yarn chickeny event.
Yeah, because they made it out of a different yarn than I did, which can totally change everything. So like the Soldatna here, this one, I was doing my little parade of tops, right? On Thursday. This one only took this one took like 6 skeins of 50 grams of yarn, but it's a very different yarn than what it's written for. So our kits are based on what happened with me. And we always caution, if you're going to make something a little longer maybe than me, or if you're not sure, the things you might need or things you might run borderline on, buy a couple extra skeins. Buy the kit, buy a couple extra skeins. So maybe later in the week, if we get it done, I'll try to let you know. But watch our online shop, because this could appear. And this combo, again, the green by itself, I'm like, green by itself, not as impressive as I would have thought. But with these colors, oh my gosh, it's pretty. And there were the other color combos we were eyeing, and like really bright things and really, ooh. So I would love to list some kits. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, that's that. Liz, what are you working on? Or what did you do this weekend? Or what do we want to talk about? I don't know. This is my big thing. I have other stuff, but this is my big thing.
I feel bad for the last 3 weeks. I've gotten nothing knit-wise or crochet-wise.
That's the important words there. She hasn't been doing nothing. She's been working her butt off, but it hasn't been on new projects for you all to look at.
So 2 weeks.
You're still giving them something to look at.
This is the 3rd week, but 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, it's been 3 weeks since, and then I was like, no, it's been 3 Saturdays, which actually means 2 weeks.
Yeah. Anyway. This is the 3rd Tuesday I've showed up with nothing, but so 3rd Monday ago,
nothing but,
or Tuesday, I came in with dreaded hair. And last weekend I spent Friday and Saturday making more dreads.
Mm-hmm.
And
you're like, I'm gonna change it all. It went from like, I'll change this up once a month to, ooh, let's do it again.
Well, it was time to dye my hair.
I'm saying last week you were like, I'm gonna change it all. And then she realized how much work and went, maybe not.
And give it all.
But then yes, this weekend.
So Friday during knit night, and maybe a little bit before, I took out all of the dreads that I'd put in 2 weeks ago, and then spent the rest of the weekend putting in close to 100 dreads. So it's more than I had the first time, and they are not all dark and broody.
Which you struggle with, right?
Which I struggle with. So there's
it
yellows.
Doesn't show up as well as we're filming, but I'm going to color edit So hopefully it'll show up more in the final thing.
There's yellows. They're everywhere.
And you washed your dreads, right? You took them out and
when I took them out, I ran everything through the washer. Well, I started with 20 because I was like, ooh, I don't know how they're gonna felt down. And I only need like half a wash.
Go big or go home.
Two. So like I checked them halfway and I was like, ooh, these are felty and I should probably. And I went ahead and threw the rest of them in. And so I'm out of all the dreads that I've made, which is like 150, 160-ish. I'm down 40 or 20 because
they shrank too much.
They shrank too much. And so next time I make dreads, I gotta make them longer.
I was like, so that just means like you need to make more now and they need to be huge.
Oh, they'll be longer. Way longer.
I'm waiting for when she starts making them so big and long that she can like Lady Godiva down the street. I didn't tell her I was going to say that. That just popped into my head. You could like, but the idea that you could wear them as clothing and no. But the chance for a wardrobe malfunction on that.
Oh yeah.
Way too high.
Yeah. These ones are like super cool.
They're cute. I like the colors. I really do.
It's fun.
I like that one of them has like you've got the neon yellow over there, but then you've got like a golden,
it's orangey
yellow.
There's orange, and this one's got like purples mixed in with it just based on where it came out of the roll.
You were recognized this weekend, as being from the shop because of your hair. That's kind of funny.
But Rebecca and I were talking.
Usually it's because of her dresses. Now it's going to be because of her hair.
We were talking one of the days this weekend, because I do spinning and yarn. I've been able to play a little bit with the content of my dreads. She's got fancy dreads no one else has. they have pearl fiber in them, so
they feel different too. I've felt them. The ones that are just wool and the ones that she works some pearl fiber into, they feel different. It's so cool.
They have a cooling property to them. They have upwards of above 30 UV, sun.
Are you saying you have sun protection from your dreads?
Well, when you put, I could have some, like
this shoulder is protected because your dreads are on it.
But there's a little bit of sunscreen type properties to them. There's the pearl fiber is just so cool. But for summer, I was like, let me try putting the pearl fiber in because it's cooling. And there's still a lot of wool, but I can feel them and they are cold to the touch.
That's really cool because some people on knit night were like, won't you be hot with all this extra stuff on your head? And she's kind of playing around with that.
Oddly enough, the only place I really get hot is where I bunch it. And it's not even that I get hot, it's when I take it down you can feel a warm
There's
spot.
Just like a volume there.
But I keep flipping them around because if my shoulders are cold, it's like a movable sweater. And
I'm having a vain moment, but I'm looking at us and look, there's my rogue stripe.
There's your rogue stripe.
I can see it. It might not show up on the final cut, but I can see it. So my badge of honor of life. So that's what I'm sticking with now. I'm going with natural. It's weird. Okay, so I'm letting my hair grow out its natural color.
Yeah.
And then when I see like hairs in the bathroom, like on my brush or like in my knitting, and I'm like, whose is that? Oh, that's my natural hair color. I'm like, that's not my hair because it's not red. Oh, that's right.
My hair's not red anymore.
My hair's not red. Well, the ends of it are this weird burnt orange that's left over from the red. But I don't recognize, I know that sounds really weird, right? I don't recognize my own hair when I see it places like in my knitting. Anyway. Squirrel. So yeah. What?
The other thing I did while I was dyeing my hair, work a little bit more on my
You've been doing
bluebird.
Some fun parts, like it's shifted. It's not like the first part of it all looked the same, and now you're getting into a different section.
I'm in the border, in the middle border, and it has these really, really fun circular bits.
Those are made in such a cool way.
And Rebecca and I were like, "Oh, that's fun." And
he tried to show the chart.
I can show
We don't want to
you.
give away too much of the pattern, but oh my gosh, look at that.
That's the circly bit. Like it's all done at the same time.
When you learn
on the
to read
same row.
crochet charts, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I have a tips and tricks video on that, by the way. So, not on that specifically, but on reading crochet charts, right? Yeah. So yeah.
It's actually fun. Like it's like, oh, it's all chains and double crochets. Like that's
but it makes a really cool
it
thing.
makes almost a wreath.
That's really cool. I'm really glad you're crocheting because I haven't touched my crochet in so long. It's feeling neglected, and I don't want our crocheters to feel neglected because, you know, life right now just means I'm only working on certain projects. And I'm really glad that crochet is getting some airtime because it should.
I want to get this done, and I have so much other knitting I need to do, but
knock it out and then get back to your other stuff, right?
Yeah, and like for filming, this is actually, you know,
I'm just fascinated that I say this all the time. I'm fascinated you can do this and pay attention while we're filming. I cannot do that.
Sometimes more than others, but you know.
That's true.
It does help
Game
that you vamp.
and match. But okay, speaking of that, I've got a plethora of things I can show off that all are going to be teeny tiny with not much progress, or, you know, not as much progress as I want on them, because I have worked on things. I started new projects last week.
Not a thing.
Shocker.
I'm starting new projects tonight. I just had to finish my hair.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing tonight, but tonight, by the way, is sit and stitch. Virtual sit and stitch still. That's a whole nother tangent I can go off on of protective things we're supposed to be doing or not doing, and we're still doing virtual sit and stitch. We're waiting to see what happens. I have to try to remember to come back to that. To talking about shop policies. But okay. Virtual sit and stitch tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the shop phone number to get you into the Zoom meeting.
828-877-3550.
Oh, she's getting good at that. I don't know what I'm working on yet. Come join us and you will find out. It should be something mindless, but I might decide no. I don't know yet. I got to see what my frame of mind is. But okay, so I'm going to start with what's on top.
Or it could be a brand new project. Don't leave us alone unattended.
I don't want to start a new project.
No.
What would I start this week? I don't even know, because like I started 2 projects last week and 3 projects the week before. I really feel like I have to finish something before I start something else. Okay.
It's a game.
This is not one of the new projects, but this is what I spent a couple of minutes last night before bed. Knitting with mohair right before bed was probably not the smartest thing to do, like in bed with minimal light on. But I had to fix like one thing. I don't even think you can tell, or if you can, I don't care. But I wanted to put this one. I haven't worked on my chevron cloud in like forever. So, and I didn't do much. Like the last time I held this up a few weeks ago, I was like here. And so I got one more stripe. It's so pretty. I got one more stripe of the mohair done. So I'm like, and this morning I was starting to do the water, the thicker stuff, but this purple, like, look at the color change. Cream to whatever color is here, and then purple.
It's a yellow.
It's too close to my face. I can't see it. It's like a yellowy orange. Yes, it's yellow. I really wanted to finish this. I'm not quite through my first skein of water. I have a second one here ready to go. This is still my first skein of the color changing mohair. And I was so excited. Like, we've made kits of all different colors of this. And I'm like, I should finish it so people can know what's going to happen in life and new projects, you know. But the purple is what I'm knitting with right now. And it's heading towards a nice lavender next. And then it will be a peachy orange. And then it will be back to like the yellow and the white. I'm so excited, but I have to find time. And I would love to work on this tonight, but it does require some counting, which may or may not happen. Yeah. Did you see my my advertisement for Sit and Stitch tonight?
I think I did. Yes.
Yeah. I have a picture of the cat with his face being like, And I was like, yeah, that's my face when I'm trying to count and I'm getting distracted. Arr. So yeah, I had fun with that. So I did that. And I want to work on it more, but I want to work on all my projects, all of them. It's a problem. I could like do one row on each of them, but that would probably exhaust me. I don't know. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So I saw a shawl on Instagram that someone knit up with the Cumulus rainbow, and it looked gorgeous. But we've already done 2 samples with a Cumulus rainbow. And then I saw that this shawl was originally written for a Cumulus dapple. Now this is that worsted weight, fluffy, very soft cotton. Very soft. And I said, or maybe you probably said,
Rebecca was going to do it in rainbow, and I was like,
I can try one of the new rainbow colors.
Dappled.
Yeah. Liz made the very good point that we don't have anything dappled knit up, and the dappled is like all stone washed and different colors,
almost stripy but variegated,
kind
and
of stripy.
It's funky. It's cool.
You can't tell in the skein like how it's going to knit up. So let me see. This is the color I picked because I was like, fine, I'll knit with the dappled, and I actually really like the dappled, so it's okay. This is the color I picked. It is called Flamingo Shore, and it's got pinks and a little, like, if you look at this, you're like, that could stripe, I don't know what that's going to do. I see pinks and I see some blue, right? So I have started. It should take 2 skeins, and it is mostly garter with some lace along the edge. Like, let me see. I might have the very frumpled pattern here. So that's it. We have this colorway too, by the way. I just didn't want to use it up because you can see what it looks like in the picture, kind of. So it's called the Amelia. And I think there's all these different shades of pink from deep to light. And then that little bit of blue in there, right? I'm just hitting a little bit of blue again. It's a crescent shawl. I'm hoping, maybe this is what I'll work on tonight because it's kind of mindless. And it'd be nice to have a sample. 2 skeins of any Cumulus should be really cool.
Well, and the nice thing is we have the rainbow, we have the solid, we have the dappled. So it's almost like a choose your own adventure. Yes. Do you want a rainbow?
Do you want it slowly shifting through colors?
Do you want a solid? Or do you
speckly and stripy?
Do you want spreckly and stripy? And
keep watching this space to see how this turned out.
It's going to be awesome because that yarn looks cool. We have the crocheted sample of the big shawl. You did 3 rainbowy and back and forth, it fades in and out of color, and it's just.
See, gorgeous. I was all like, but we don't have anything in rainbow by itself. It would be so fun, but
it's rainbow. It's cool.
It's going to be gorgeous. Just go ahead and buy it and make it because you'll love it. But just in case you were curious, and just in case this catches your fancy, look, that's how the dappled knits up.
It's fun.
Then this can bring us, okay, wait. I'm going to hang on to the other thing I started because it's kind of connected to stuff that's on the table.
What?
Kind of. Anyway.
We've been so good and not mention the stuff that's on the table.
I know. I wanted to show you all how my, and this is all getting tangled in the bag, so it's going to have to go back in the bag, how my Rebel 2 is coming along. I need to make a couple more of these really cool little Rebel bobble insignias along the edge, but you can see how they're popping out. 1, 2, 3, is there 4, right? So this is the front side of my Rebel 2 shawl. It's getting bigger little by little because I'm starting so many projects. I only started this 2 weeks ago, by the way. And here's hit the microphone, sorry. Here's the back side. This is Daydream Dye Works, which also connects to what's on the table. Just Bite Me. That's more prominent on this side. And this is Fiber Spades, Mixed Magenta. That's more prominent on this side. That's fun too. I want to work on that. I feel like, did I show this one off on Thursday?
Oddly enough, all the last 3 projects in your bag are. What? Oh, Yeah, you have one project that's not, but everything else has
I don't know. It's so tangled.
a
I may not
Daydream
be able
Dye
to.
Works in there.
I can't remember if this might be in the exact same place it was if I showed it on Thursday, but this is my Break the Tide cowl. There's also a Break the Tide shawl. This does also have Daydream Dye Works in it. Blossom, DK weight, with the gray is Fiber Space DK. They're just wonderful yarns that pair well together. You've got the tonal and then you've got the indie dyed fun, right? So this one actually I might be able to finish up really soon. I keep saying that and I keep not working on it. The one that Liz is talking about that doesn't have Daydream Dye Works in it, and we'll return to my Daydream Dye Works only one. I'm making progress on my room with a view, which this is the monotonous part. This would also be a good project for tonight because it's monotonous, but this does not have Daydream Dye Works. It does have Fiber Space 4-ply in it. The lighter color is heavenly. We just got more of that in. I want to talk more about that tomorrow. We got some Fiber Space in. Yay.
Because life's in a yarn store without yarn is no fun.
You always need more yarn. The other color in this is Perth Color Changing from Queensland, and it's Tasmanian Bay. And if you can notice, it's hard for it to really show up. I can
see it.
In person, you can see it. Like on camera, even if I color edit this, you might not be able to see. It's like dark burgundy and purples down here, and it's starting to change and have some greens and orangey things in it up here. And as it goes, it hopefully will start to show that off even more. But my pet project for me, I decided I've had this skein of Daydream Dye Works November.
We do not have it at the shop.
Yeah, that is the one thing disclaimer. The other stuff on the table that has been enticing some of you, I know, but we're not showing all of it off, is we got a new order of Daydream Dye Works in honor of that. And honestly, before that, I've had this skein of November for forever. Maybe in one of our future orders, we'll get some November back in. This is from one of her first orders to us. And I went, ooh, it's November. My birth month is November. And I snagged it, and it's been sitting at home for like forever, and I'm overanalyzing my stitches. So
not a thing.
I said, what am I going to make with this? The time has come. I need to make something with my November. And I thought about socks, and
let's be honest,
I will make socks, but not with this. And I wanted it to be something that was more visible. Because I could run around flashing everybody with my socks, but I may have actually held this up and talked about this last week, but oh well, I can't remember. So you get to hear about it again. I picked, I can't remember the name now. It's like Pundomana. It's Puma. Thank you. Pumarada. And the really cool thing about this, like Liz like kind of captioned it. It's like the ranunculus for a shawl. And by that, we mean it's not the same stitches as the ranunculus, but it's meant to be knit on a 10, and you can pick how thick the yarn is.
It's once again a choose your own adventure. You can take lace almost or fingering all the way up to worsted weight on a size 10 needle. And depending on your yarn, it will change the complete look of how the shawl works.
The pattern writer says fingering to worsted, you could go lace. Oh my gosh, it would be gorgeous.
Like if
you could do this, you could do some mohair. It would be so pretty.
It would look.
But look, like you can see my shirt through this, me, through this. It's knit on a 10. It's a pretty dark yarn. When I look down on it, it doesn't look see-through, but you guys are seeing it kind of see-through because it's on a size 10 needle. And it's easy stitching. There's nothing super. There's like a knit yarn over knit into the same stitch on one side. That's the most challenge so far. The end of this is going, it's a crescent shawl that's already like, especially with the weight of the needles, too wide to stretch out on these needles fully. But once I get to the right stitch count, there will be some basic lace that's going into it. I think this would be a really fun, take your time as a beginner type of shawl. And I think it should only take my one skein of yarn, which will be like, look how much I still have left because it's on a 10. So I'm just super excited about that. It will hopefully be something. I like to wear my shawls like little scarves around my neck. So it'll be something lightweight and fun to take the edge off when it's getting a little chilly outside.
Please note that if you change yarn weights, it does take more balls of yarn.
It'll take, it could potentially take the same amount of yardage.
Yeah.
But that will take more skeins of yarn.
430 yards of fingering weight is 1. It's at least 2 in DK or worsted.
Mm-hmm. So
just heads up.
Just know that going in. But for me, since I'm doing it in fingering, it should only take my one skein that I've been hoarding for forever. It is finally going to grow up and become something I wear, which I'm very, very excited by. So let's see. I think that's most of what's in my bag to talk about today. And it's, of course, all tangled because I have not taken advantage of our lovely project bags in the shop to organize my projects. But that's okay. That's me. I want to leave them all for you to buy and take home and, stuff like that. So we got in lots of lovelies from Daydream Dye Works. And I will be working today and tomorrow as time permits to get them up in the system and online. It may not happen till at least tomorrow to see the beautiful pictures online.
I'm going to let y'all know I'm going to Bogart at least 2.
And I won't tell you which because you'll be sad. So
I don't even know which 2 yet. I mean, I have.
I was going on what the things that she almost like took home with her last week, even though they weren't even in the system.
I have possibilities.
So we got 9 to 5, which is of the bases, right? Of the yarn fiber content thickness before she dyes them beautiful colors. We got 9 to 5, which is just straight up superwash merino with some nylon. We got some BFL tweed, which is Blueface Leicester, which is also very soft wool, and Donegal Nep little tweedy flex. And we got some Wish base, which is DK weight, which is this guy, the bigger thing that I'm making is Wish base. And the colors are just so vibrant on that one, especially. We did not get more dragon in, which is the sparkly stuff, because we still have a decent amount, or we did have a decent amount of sparkly stuff left. It always surprises me what we don't order because we have plenty, then suddenly we don't. So we will order from her again. We have Just Bite Me 9 to 5 base is back. Will be back in stock as soon as I can get it in the system because we had just run out of that. That's our shop colorway for Transylvania County. It's fantastic. We love it. It's in my Rebel. And we should always be getting more from her all the time because, Just Bite Me, Transylvania County. We got jokes. Okay. So we might have filmed for a little bit shorter today because, again, I got caught up with something before we filmed, before we turned the cameras on. And the shop should open in just a few minutes. So going through the schedule for the week, we already talked about Sit and Stitch tonight. Tomorrow is the most dangerous show of the week because we talk about yarn we have that you can take advantage of a sale on for a week, 15% off. We don't know. I have rough ideas, but they could change. So don't take anything I said today about what actually is going to happen tomorrow because who knows?
Yep. It's never finalized until we actually film it.
It's never finalized until Wednesday morning, close to 9 o'clock. So, you can try to get things out of me at midnight tonight. We'll see how that goes.
And those could change too. So,
right?
Who knows? There might be some red herring.
Okay. Thursday is Dear Becky and Lizzy. If we get Dear Becky and Lizzy questions or we talk about what we want, I mean, we've had a couple of people suggest ideas for Dear Becky and Lizzy, but since they haven't put it in writing, we may or may not remember. So if you want to suggest something,
email me, liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
Or pen us a lovely note or card and send it to Dear Becky and Lizzy, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. And that should be in the description in case I said that too fast. So final note, I said I wanted to come back to it. Yes, the CDC did change their guidelines for vaccinated people at the end of last week. And yes, North Carolina has changed some things based on those guidelines. The guidelines did also say, they had the caveat that local regulations, which again, North Carolina has changed, and rules that businesses make, like the CDC guidelines, don't trump them. They don't say like throw caution to the wind, or like if a business has rules, who cares? The CDC said. We are hopeful that we're heading in the right direction, and what the CDC said, that fully vaccinated people don't have to wear masks outdoors or indoors anymore. We're hopeful that that is really going to hold up and work for everybody, but we as a shop are not there yet. And part of that is because we have immunocompromised family at home, that there is some evidence that, you know, we have to see which direction it goes, but there is some evidence that even vaccinated immunocompromised people still need to be taking precautions.
It's the, if normal people's vaccination or immunity's here and they get vaccinated, it bumps it up. Where does somebody with a lower immunization or
and we don't know yet.
system
That's not
work?
like
Yeah.
that's not like a guaranteed, well, it's this then. It's like it's all over the map for immunocompromised people, because they're immunocompromised in all kinds of different ways. And I never thought I'd be saying immunocompromised so many times in one row.
I know, right?
You know. So we are still requiring masks and appointments to come inside the shop. And if you decide that that doesn't work for you, we can still help you. We can still help you outside, which is what we've been doing all along. And I was even joking with some people over the weekend that actually might save you from spending too much money, because you come in here and you see all this stuff and you buy all this stuff. And, you know, well, we love that. We also like to help you target shop specifically for the projects you're interested in. And that actually is very effective to do outside because you're not distracted. So we are still having half-hour appointments inside. If we want to start adding appointments, we're going to have to scale those back to 20-minute appointments. We're not there yet. So we have half-hour appointments inside. You got to sign up before you come in. We might be able to help you sign up. We might not, but it's really easy to sign up online. And regardless of your vaccination status, you just saw us, still, we are fully vaccinated. We are wearing masks in the shop, and that's to protect everybody, ourselves included. Even though we are fully vaccinated, we're going to be wearing the masks. We don't know how long going forward. I don't want to put a timeline or a deadline because we just don't know what's going to happen, especially with variants, with, you know, bore you with all the details. You've heard it all before, right? So we're still doing that. Know that if you watch this, you will know that before you walk up to the shop. I know we're going to have a lot of people walking up to the shop saying, but the CDC said.
If you check our website and nothing's updated, those are our current, or nothing's updated in a way that you think
It's
they
after
should
10.
be.
We have to answer that.
Nothing's changed.
Yeah,
for us.
We got to grab that because I was talking about this. We've gone past 10 o'clock. So unfortunately, we have to wrap up. I'm sorry that Liz doesn't get to wave goodbye at you too. But yeah, she's saying bye from over there.
I gotta switch it up.
Oh no. Okay. We got issues and we got to go deal with that. And we're going to get that. So please, did they hang up?
Yeah, because I couldn't get to when I picked up that phone, it was put in the cradle. And
hopefully they'll call back. We're going to go because obviously we need to start running the shop. We're going to work on this as we have time. And hopefully that person will realize it's just 10. Maybe we were putting the table out because we got to go do that next. But we love you all and we miss you. And please make an appointment. And please respect where we are safety-wise, because we think we're doing the best thing for everybody out there. And we can always help you outside. So I'm sure there's more I could say about that, but we need to go. So bye.
we'll
see you tomorrow. Yay. Bye.